Hello and welcome back everybody, or welcome if you are new. In today's video we are going through the last week's check-in for July. I'm a little behind because I kind of wanted to wait to also do a final wrap-up of everything. So we're first going to do the check-in, and then I've already put in all the numbers for savings and sinking funds and credit cards and all of that type of stuff. So let's go ahead and get started with the let's see, groceries. So we have two groceries over here, and 214 plus 72. I think that's 72. Let me double check. Not that one. 72. Okay. So that was a total of $273.08, and we are going to do, we had $70 remaining, so we are over by $202.72. Okay, I don't have anything for household, so $123.68 over. Miscellaneous, I did have some additional miscellaneous that I did, and we got Etsy stuff, plus I went and bought some indoor Ring cameras just because one of my cats was throwing up and I didn't know which one, so that is what I bought basically. 192.15, and we are already over, so 676.56. Ooh, that's $868.70. And then pet supplies, I did nothing. Okay, so from here I'm gonna do some math on my phone and add up everything for groceries. 95 plus 139.69 plus 273.08. That leaves us with 202.72. So we match up here and there. Okay, then next we do the household, 68. Looks like that's all we did that one day. So negative 123.68. Okay, 634.56, which is right here, plus 42, plus 192.15 is 868.71. All of these are matching. Okay, then 327.98 up here for pet supplies, plus 95.38 is 423.36. So 20, how am I 21? Let me, okay, 327.98, 95.38. Okay, let me, I see what I did. I see what I did. Way up here caused all of that. 95.38. So 23. $36. there you go. So I am going to go ahead and put these numbers over here real quick. So in groceries, we spent $602.72. In household, $223.68. In miscellaneous, we have $868.71. And then in pet supplies, $423.36. There we go. Okay, make sure I got all of those done. Okay, then next I am going to do some income. So I had some, I've already kind of calculated these in. So sinking funds, I did the transfer of 188. My normal monthly transfer. I did not have any, so the other thing that I kind of calculate are for my summer bills sinking fund, and that I basically took my electric, natural gas, and water, the budgeted amounts, and subtracted the actual of all of those. So electric was $200, natural gas was $32.41, and then I believe that puts me over. I'm gonna again do some math just to make sure. So 145 plus 35 plus 50 is a total of 230. So minus 210 gives me $29.90 left. So minus the, so we are over on summer bills. Water, I have still a very large credit from them putting the wrong meter in. There's a whole story about it. If I remember, I'll link it here, but I link it in the card up here, and Jack is coming to visit. So I have a very large credit, so I don't have to pay anything on water, but I'm keeping it here because eventually the credit will be gone and I will need to pay the water bill. So I'm usually, what I'm spending is around the $50 give or take here and there. Some months, you know, if I'm power washing or doing some watering the yard or any of that type of stuff, it'll be a little bit more. And in the summertime, I am taking a lot more showers because it's just hot, especially when I walk right outside my back door and walk to the garage and I start sweating. It's just, you know, it's really hot here in the summertime. But with just those two, the electric and the water, we have a negative 251. So I am not transferring anything to my summer bills. Technically, I should be transferring $2.51 out of my summer bills, but it's $2.51. If it's more like over $10, then I'll transfer stuff out of my summer bills because, you know, then we're starting to get in there. I do know that my August electric bill is like $240. So I already know I'm going to have to be pulling money out next month for stuff. You are in the way. You're cute, but you're in the way. Yeah, you're still in the way. Yeah, you're still in the way. Yeah. Clawing my stomach isn't going to help. Yeah. Yes. Oh, rolling over. Okay, I'll pet your belly. Ow, that's a bite. Okay. Thank you. Never fails. Jack is always here when we're budgeting. Okay, so sinking funds went through. Then I had some $10 in credit card rewards. So this was more business credit card rewards. And $10.05 that I had credited back to the credit card statement. Okay, Jack, I know you want to be up here, but you're in the way. Then I had my transfer to the emergency fund, which is planned already. And then I had a transfer from my sinking funds to the checking account to cover a lot of the stuff from sinking funds this month. So that was $1,812.90, and I'm putting it over here on the side so I can kind of keep, you didn't see that, kind of keep track of what I'm doing. Plus I want to keep something separated for interest. And then over here I have the ending checking and high yield savings account interest that I had. So on top of everything, so that I'm going to combine them. 54.48, and then that's it. So let's go quickly do the reward slash sinking fund to checking account. 632 plus 6219 plus 1005 plus 1812.90. So that gives us a whopping $1,891.46. Okay, and then interest, we had 1 cent, which I know I can add this without a calculator, but I'm still doing it. 54.48, 54.49 is the total for interest that went into savings accounts, basically. So 54.49. Okay, so we're gonna total up these real quick to get the monthly balance. Okay, 2826.54 plus 2826.54 plus 1891.46 plus 54.49. A total of 7,499.3. How much did we go over what we had estimated? 426.54 plus 1891.46 plus 54.49. Okay, 279903. Okay. Now we're going to get into all of the other things that are over here. So fuel and tolls. I'm going to look for things because I've been driving my mom's cars. I have not paid for any fuel or tolls, so I have a zero balance. I've been riding the bus, so it's drive my mom's car that was a manual to the bus station or bus stop. It's a park and ride. Drive it, park it there, which that park and ride is only, about 3 miles away from my house, so it's not far to drive. And then from there, I rode the bus to work. And then last week, we switched cars, so I'm now driving her van, and I haven't had to fill up with gas in it yet. And her tolls, I'm using her toll tag to pay for the tolls, so I may send her a check, figure out how many days I drove, and she added me to her account basically as a user, so I could probably go log in and see how much I used and all of that. But I didn't have to add any more to my bus fare because I have $3.25 left on the bus pass. So we didn't spend anything in transportation stuff. So I guess that's good. Okay, so personal, we're gonna come down here, and I know we did 145.12 up here, so I'm putting that in my calculator so I can go ahead and erase all of this. because I have another personal right here, 47, and that was for Claritin for the next 3 months. So total of $192.59. So basically what I saved in gas and tolls, I used in personal. Let's just put it that way. Then next, I'm trying to get my phone up to where I can actually type on it and everything. Okay, so we have restaurants of $126.04. We have 21.28 plus 13.75 plus 15.65. So total of 176.72. Ooh, something just hit the roof. The wind picked up outside. It looks like it's gonna rain. Fun times. Okay, the last one for variable expenses, I paid towards $1357.76 plus $1357.65. I'm going to come back up here and also add in the interest that the rewards. And 10.05. Then I also put in an additional $1,000 total. Business credit card got an additional $250, and credit card 2 got an additional $750. So total for this month to debt, $2,436.32. Seems like a lot. So I'm going to add those up and put the total down here. It is a lot. That is a lot. So 272 plus 223, 68, 868, 71, 3241, 259. $176.72 plus 1888 plus 2436.32. Goodness gracious. Like somehow my numbers are not totaling out the right way. Okay, 200, 602.72, 223, 68, 868.70, 3241, 192, 59, 426, 176, 72. Oh goodness. That kind of scares me when I see but I had extra in my checking account at the end of last month. So I didn't go over, well, I did go over budget, but I didn't mess up with my bank. Okay, we do have some stuff over here that I need to calculate. So Hulu, $11.90, and that is everything from here. I've already added Amazon Prime to sinking fund, so it is already added to the transaction log, and I've already transferred it to my checking account and everything. It just won't show up in my checking account until August. Okay. So going through, if I can find it, I did not go to the chiropractor at all in the month of July because of not having a decent car to drive. So I am actually gonna change that to 0, which changes this total, actually, minus 76. So 8463. Now, taking the actual 7599.03 minus 7044.61 minus 846.30. Like I said, I had leftover in my checking account, so that's what that's for. That's what I had. I had more than that in my checking account left over, but yeah, because I don't quite do the zero-based budget. I don't do it quite. I like to have a buffer in my checking account for instances like this where I've kind of spent a little bit over. So that is what this month looks like. Like I said, there's a little bit extra in my checking account for going over. I did overspend in a lot of areas like groceries, but I also, because not having a car and not wanting to drive my mom's car to the grocery store, it was just, for me, I did not feel comfortable driving. Her car is a stick shift, and I can drive it on the back roads to get to the park and ride. That, and when I had to drive it, it was early in the morning, hardly anybody on the road. And coming back at night, there were some dicey moments there, but I only had to drive it 3 miles. The grocery stores are not too far, but I just did not want to get on any of like the big busy major roads, and the big busy major roads in my area, people are going, the speed limit is 40 and 45 on the 4 major roads in my area. And however, people do drive like 50 to 60 miles down these roads. So not feeling comfortable to, shift the gears the right way and everything. I just did not want to drive to the grocery store. So I was ordering delivery on groceries. So I had to pay the $7.95 delivery fee and then the tip on top of that. And yeah, it got to be a little expensive on groceries. And then at the end of the month, when I did the $273, I actually bought a lot of ingredients to make soups. So that way the soups make at least 4 to 8 servings worth of food. So I have enough food to go for a couple weeks with the soups and everything. So that's why it was a little bit more. So, okay. So let's go ahead and look at the month-end check-in type stuff. So looking at debts, we started off credit card 2 with $638.68.01. I paid the minimum payment. There were some charges that I put on there, which was some of the additional payments that I transferred to the credit card that you saw, the additional to debt. And then I paid $2,290.95 to this credit card. So we are ending at $5,375.43. Business credit card started at $1,283.46. I paid the minimum of $41. And then I bought this camera that I'm filming on and some other things. So that was $1,258.95 and for business stuff. And then additional that I paid was $325.37. So we are ending $2,192.03. The home security equipment loan started off with $373.50. I paid the minimum payment of $62.25. There were no additional, the additional expenses right here also include interest payments as well, or like interest to the purchases and things like that. So this, the loan has a 0% interest, so I have nothing there. So it's now down to $311.25. I should just pay it off, but again, 0% interest. I kind of am just paying the minimum payment. Okay, savings trackers. So this is savings and retirement as well. Emergency fund, we started off with $1,600.26. I put in my regular $100 transfer, got 1 cent in interest. So we're ending with $1,727. The high yield savings account plus the sinking funds, they're combined into one account, started off with $18,643.16. I took out $1,942.48 to pay for, we'll get down into it down here in a little bit. Oh no, yeah, and no, that's additional. I added $1,942.48. Excuse me, I'm a little confused. Then I paid out $2,721 total, and that got me down to where in savings $17,880.87. I did have to pay my car insurance this month, so like I said, we'll get down into the sinking funds. So that was why I knew it was going to go down. The total would go down because I had to pay a very big insurance bill. 401k, $143,429.29. Luckily, it gained money plus whatever I put in, so we're ending at $146,257. Again, I just kind of track this just to see how the markets are going. I'm not looking to take out a loan on any of it. It's just to kind of be aware of what's going on in a way. Funds, this is also retirement, so it's, for lack of a better word of explaining what they are, but I just call them funds. But and I do have to pay taxes on those for, I think they're like capital gains and dividends, and so I end up having to pay a lot on taxes every year because of that, because it's income basically. But started off with $171,256.68, then it also increased with $1,928.46 and ending with $173,185.14. So total, we went up, let's see, approximately 3,000 and some, or 3,000? Yeah, almost 3,000. 2,721 is what, no, that's subtraction. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Well, about 4,000 actually. Anyways, so again, savings, the first two are savings, the other two are retirement. I am still 20 years away from retirement, so I'm just, trying to first pay off debt, and then I am trying to then bump up my emergency fund to be where I can have enough to, in case I lose my job, that I will be able to pay everything that you see on this sheet right here from my savings without having to cut anything. I would cut stuff, but just knowing that I have the money there is, nice. And then I would start adding more to retirement and all of that type of stuff, and trying to get my, dive into investments and investing and stuff like that. But right now the goal is to pay off the debt. Okay, going into the sinking funds. Let's just say normal amount went in. Like I said earlier, nothing went into the summer bills, because we were at a negative this month for the first time, so for this year. So the fact that we are in July and that was the first for this year is a nice thing. So the biggest thing that I did, I pulled out $891.87 for 6 months worth of car insurance on my car that I am currently not able to drive. But hey, at least I'm paying my car insurance. You know, some people don't do that because they're not driving the car. Anyways, house also had, that was buying the IKEA furniture, the litter box enclosures, that type of stuff. $1,551.73 also went out. So most of the other stuff was normal. I had to take Binks to the vet, so there was that expense. Then my quarterly trash payment came out. This is the Amazon subscription. I had one entertainment of buying a movie, Better Off Dead. So we did go down a little bit, about $900, but that's to be expected because of the $9,000 right here. But it should have gone up because I put over $1,800 in there, but it is what it is. Here's all of the stuff that sinking fund wise that came out. Oh, and I had tree removal on the house. That was $800. So, but yeah, I have not done business budget, but it is pretty much no income. And then I had the 2 subscriptions, and then we have the $891.14, which I can go ahead and add this up now, and $330.26 for equipment. So we're at a negative number on what comes out. So, but basically everything is zero. So, but yeah. So that is it for July check-in. I need to cut out my stickers for August, and I've lost where they're at, and cut out some other stickers, so I had to pull out some stickers, but here are my August stickers that I will be doing here in a moment. I need to pull out the silhouette to cut them out, and then I will start. I still have July down here. I just realized that. I didn't change that. Whoops. Anyways, I'm not going to reprint because it's already printed. But I will be filming this next and posting it when I can. But I think I'm going to try to edit this video first and get it up. And I will be back tomorrow with a, whoa, it's getting really dark outside. Sorry, distraction. I will be back tomorrow on Sunday with, it's not a cleaning video because I was trying to use this motion sensor thing that had the camera track where I was at, but once I sped up the footage, it was actually very jerky and all over the place, and was actually making me kind of motion sick while I was editing the video. So I had to cut out all of the cleaning, most of the cleaning video stuff, and I did get around to refreshing, moving furniture around in the front room and the TV room. So that is what tomorrow's video is about. I did a little bit of work out in the yard, and I didn't film the normal yard mowing because I know that will get kind of boring after a while. So I did have to trim some of the hedges in the front of the house. So that's what I shared with you guys. And then the room switcheroo, basically, of switching the orientation of where the TV is at in the room. So TV was on this wall and bookcases were on this wall, and I switched them around and also rotated the couch. So that is what tomorrow's video is. I hope that you join me on that video. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way you are notified when that video does go live. I am planning to get it scheduled for 8 a.m. Central Time here in the US, so please check that out. And then I will probably be posting August budget setup probably on Wednesday, but I'm going to try to get this done here on Saturday afternoon, and the July 1 check-in and everything, and get that up there so you guys can see it. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you everybody, and have a wonderful time. Bye.